John Moug here with Safari Jeff.
All right, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. This is very exciting. So you guys walked in, and there are what look like props all over the place. But I'm wondering if this is somebody's living environment.
It's always wild times when we come to visit.
Yeah, this is cool.
Well, let me introduce myself. You know, for 30 years, I've done a great nature program right across Canada, and first time bringing the Great Green Adventure Show to the U.S., and no better venue to present the show than Discovery Children's Museum.
Oh yeah, Discovery Children's Museum is just an awesome place here in Las Vegas.
It's a lot of fun. I brought my kids along as well, and of course during my live show I share some amazing animals. So I brought a few guests for you today as well.
I know. This is very exciting. There's one over here in the tree.
All right, well,
I thought this was a toy. I thought it was like a plastic.
All right, let's start over here. Well, you know, during the show I present a variety of reptiles. That's my specialty, my passion. And a lot of odd animals, very unusual creatures. I've always been fascinated with albinism or albinos. And when it comes to reptiles, this is, for our listeners, an albino version of a green iguana, okay? So a green iguana, but as you can see, all yellow and orange in color, amazing. So a lot of the viewers would have never had a sight like this. I mean, this is a very odd and unusual creature. Albinism occurs in all forms of the animal kingdom, but it's very rare, and an albino iguana like this would not survive in the wild, easily seen by predators, but amazing to see during our program, you know? The program is a show for all ages, and it shares a lot of magic as well, a lot of excitement. Just to see these animals, they are the true stars, and a lot to learn about these animals as well. So on the topic of albinism or albinos, you know, one of the most unusual creatures, whether you love them or hate them, they're certainly a favorite in our show, are the snakes.
Oh, wow.
This
wow. Let me just explain. He just pulled a snake out of his bag.
All right. Yes, my side satchel. Well, you know, it does seem odd, but of course snakes like dark spaces, tight dark spaces. They, for the most part, would live underground. So for this albino bull snake, a perfect way to travel. So in this case, this albino bull snake, he's also yellow and orange in color, about 4 feet in length, 4.5 feet. And these guys are found in desert regions all across North America. But what makes the bull snake so unique is its ability to eat rattlesnakes.
Wow.
Crazy. These guys
are a good guy to have as a friend.
They are good to have around. You know, as I say, whether you love them or hate them, every animal has some job to do or a role to play. And snakes are no exception. I've always been fascinated by them. And 4 legs or less for me is best.
Yeah, this is incredible. I was not expecting a snake in the room, and this is an albino snake, huh?
This is an albino.
Now, she's bringing him over here. Does he bite or anything like that? I know
no, this one's gentle, and this is my wife Shannon.
Yes, of course.
We've been a team.
Where do I start? Oh, wow.
There you go. You know, I still remember the first time I ever felt the skin of a snake, or the texture.
You don't need to squeeze.
Okay.
Just let them gently rest with you.
I will.
Excellent.
So it's never what you'd expect, right? Like the feeling, that texture of a snake, never what you'd expect. And the way they move, of course. He does look grumpy, but in fact is quite gentle. Being albino, they have red eyes, as albinos do, and what you're seeing is the blood flowing through the vessels inside. So
I noticed that with the lizard over there, that he had red eyes as well.
Exactly.
This is so cool. This is such a beautiful animal. You know, if I stumbled across this out here in the desert, I would be terrified. In fact, I might be mildly terrified right now, but I think that, like, he's cool, he's comfortable.
And rightfully so, too. I mean, if you're out in the great outdoors, no better place to see these animals. But there's a lot of snakes to be cautious around in this region of the country, right?
Well, let me ask you a quick question, because I caught eye contact with him. Is there a thing with eye contact with these animals?
No, there is not.
Do you think he's aware that we had eye contact?
Well, no. You know, actually, snakes have very poor eyesight.
Oh,
and then being albino, their eyesight is far less advanced. They really are almost blind. So these guys, snakes typically rely on their sense of smell, okay? You know, while on the topic of snakes, let me share another one with you. I brought another snake here today. It is the largest type of non-venomous snake in North America.
Wow.
Some of our listeners might have a clue here, but let me share this one with you.
Okay, this is a lot of fun. This is, and for the record, I still have a snake in my hand. oh wow, and I can feel his little tongue.
All right, here we go.
Oh wow.
So there you go.
This got real.
This is an indigo snake. The indigo snake is a really cool snake.
Is it okay that his tongue is touching my arm right now?
Yeah, you're good. As I
pass
say,
it
they do
back to
smell
her.
and taste. They're
Yeah, you
constantly
can take it.
flickering
You
their
want me to
tongue.
take it?
Yes, please.
You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Super proud
it's,
of you.
It's so cool. It's such a strange feeling. I love it.
Now snakes have a forked tongue. They can smell to the left or right for that reason.
Oh, wow.
And different snakes have different skin textures. For our listeners, this indigo snake is probably about 8 feet long, 7 or 8 feet. These guys can grow to about 10, 11 feet in length. They're massive snakes.
Wow.
And they feed upon just about anything, from birds to mammals, snakes and lizards. And just have a touch of the texture of this guy. Very different skin texture.
Okay, oh, wow.
All right. So the bull snake that you were handling a moment ago would live in the desert region. So after a long, cool night, their lumpy or bumpy skin has more surface area to warm them up quickly. The indigo snake's a little bit different, more of an underground dweller, a nocturnal species. You rarely see the indigo, and a very special snake only found in Texas and Florida.
Oh, wow.
Really cool
Very
snakes.
rare, huh?
They are very rare. Now during the program, probably one of the best parts down at Discovery Children's Museum is the hands-on experience. Not just the kids, but the big kids as well love it. It's a magical moment to see some of these animals, the giant tortoises or the different animals we share.
It really opens your mind. It reminds me of the first time I touched a stingray, and it also has a very bizarre texture that you can't explain.
They're all, it's a moment you never forget. I remember the first time feeling the skin of an elephant, like, just rough carpet. I mean, animals are so unique, and when you observe them in the great outdoors or have the opportunity to see a great educational program such as this one, you leave with a new understanding or appreciation of nature that you discover right in your own backyard.
Yeah, this is just amazing seeing all these different. We've had 2 snakes in the room so far. Oh, and what's this?
All right, this guy is called a tegu lizard. Tegus are a South American lizard. There are different species of tegus all throughout South America. They're somewhat of a ground-dwelling lizard. They too use a long flickering tongue to smell and taste, just like a snake's tongue, living life in tunnels or underground dens. But these guys are like the garbage men of the wild.
Wow.
In a South American city, you'd see them crawling through dumpsters looking for an easy meal. And naturally in their natural habitats and environments, they play an important role of eating just about anything, hence the garbage men of the wild,
Wow.
including animals that have died naturally. They'd feed upon them as well.
And so when you say they smell directionally,
Exactly.
they can smell and they can go, this is to the right, this is to the left.
Exactly. And to give you an idea as to how good that sense of smell is, far greater than a bloodhound or any dog. These animals have an amazing sense of smell, so they know when there's food in the room. And luckily we didn't bring any here today.
So do you think with their sense of smell that they can identify the people in the room?
They would identify people as people. So, we're not on the menu, right?
Oh, okay.
We don't smell that way. And same with the snakes. If they smell food, whatever that may be, whether it's a rodent or a bird or certain thing that they're used to eating, that's food to them.
Okay.
And the smell of a human is just, we're not on the menu. Now, these animals would defend themselves naturally, and they all have the ability to bite. But the animals that we present are born in captivity, and they're all very passive and gentle being around us.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So that's why they're here. Before he puts them away, get a closer shot of him. That's why you're able to bring them in here and they don't get crazy with us then.
That's right, and it's really important to present a very positive program. When we present the Great Green Adventure Show down at Discovery Children's Museum, the animals are all presented in a very natural way. Lizards in the trees, or snakes out on a log or a rock, and the tortoises having lunch. It's all good times, and very positive experience, as I say. So a whole lot to see, learn, and do down there, and not just for the young kids. It really is for all ages.
Well, it's great. I think it helps you with the fear of the unknown, because I think I naturally tensed up when the snake came over here.
That's right, a lot of excitement,
And the same with this. This doesn't even, the back of this lizard, which one is this called
this
again?
guy's called a tegu lizard.
Tegu lizard. It doesn't even look real. It looks like a cloth of some sort.
That's
Can
right.
Please do.
The animals
Very
almost
soft.
appear as
wow.
statues, that they're
Wow.
so unique.
That is fascinating.
They really are mesmerizing.
Hello.
And in this town, in Las Vegas, to be entertained as well. It's a really great program worthy of presenting in this city. It's a multimedia show we do. We film in Costa Rica, Jamaica, and abroad, and right here in North America, of course. And so it's a multimedia aspect show. You see the real animals on stage, but you're also learning about animals in their natural habitat on the big screens, and it's all choreographed to music. So it's a great experience during that time.
Oh, and the turtles. We were so excited about the turtles because I like turtles.
These guys are, Shannon's bringing around baby or hatchling African spurred tortoises. They're about the size of an egg right now.
Oh,
but these guys
are
can
little
grow,
guys?
They can grow to weigh in at 200 pounds. One of the biggest, or the
wow.
biggest, mainland tortoise on the planet.
These little guys, huh?
So these guys are found in the Central Africa.
So how old are these two that are in my hand?
These guys would only be about 6 months of
Uh-oh,
age.
he's backing up.
You know, a tortoise at a young stage like this, they've got lots of predators. They look like toys, don't they?
They really do.
They've got a lot of predators at this stage, but as a tortoise grows older and beyond the size of, let's say, a coconut or a watermelon in size, they have no natural predators or enemies. And some tortoises can live up to 200 years. We present a Galapagos tortoise in the show. They are the biggest on the planet, found on the island of Galapagos, or the islands of Galapagos. And these guys can weigh in at 400 to 600 pounds, the size of a small car.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
And so how much, what exactly do these guys eat?
These guys are herbivores. I mean, if you've got the greens, they love it. You know, different tortoises, different species have different needs or different diets. And these guys are grass eaters. Their Latin name actually means grass eater, and that's what they're referred to in Ethiopia and certain countries where they occur. So lots of greens. They would not swim or they would not drink water throughout their lifetime. These guys would eat a lot of greens and vegetation, and that carries them through life during hot droughts and dry seasons.
Amazing. And let me ask, what's their awareness?
The awareness of a tortoise, they are like any giant grazer. You know, we keep a big spurred tortoise at home back in Canada, and when we come home, you know, to his corral, if he hears the sound of you know, grocery bags, he knows there's vegetables in there. So they're creatures of habit.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes he'd wake up to the sound of my voice as well. They'll let you know if they're hungry. So almost like a cow on a farm, they know when it's feeding time and to come off the pasture back to the barn, you know, at that time of day. They're creatures of habit. So they don't get used to a certain person in particular. And I must say, the animals that we keep and care for in our family, they don't give a lot of love back. But just, you know, caring for them right, the animals are very passive around you, and that's their way of kind of showing respect. They know they're comfortable with you, and there's a certain comfort level you have with them as well.
That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is just so cool. So they're not aware in the sense of like they have, like you're their person, like a dog.
Correct.
But
now there are some reptiles, like different animals have different personalities. And you know, some reptiles, let's say the iguana for instance, iguanas are almost like cats, and they do get a personality. They can get to know certain people. I do have a big iguana back at home, and he does know me. If you were to pass him over to somebody else, you can see he acts differently. So yeah, they can get to know certain people in that case. But different species act very differently.
there's some giggling happening over here.
We had an accident over here.
Was it a turtle accident?
Yeah.
That's
Good
really.
luck.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I've been blessed.
Then we're gonna get great ratings now that we've had a turtle poop in the room.
We call him a tortoise at that point.
A tortoise.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's always good times to share these animals. It really is. There's some magic moments, and always a great time. Down at Discovery Children's Museum, it really is a perfect venue for this, as I say. My kids are the age 6 and 9. They've been having an awesome time down there. And I think the people that enjoy it most with their cameras out and, you know, for the hands-on experience are the mums and dads and grandparents. They love it too. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's really a great venue for us to present this. And as I say, there's only about 10 days left for the Great Green Adventure Show right here in Las Vegas.
Well, that's very exciting. And are all these animals your animals? You take them home and.
These animals are all born in the U.S. We have a collection of animals back in Canada. There's a lot of information that's required to obtain the paperwork to travel across the border. So a good friend here in Las Vegas has been kind enough to loan some of these special animals to us for this visit. And he too has an awesome facility and cares for them just the right way.
Oh, so these guys all live here in Las Vegas.
They do. They're residents here.
Oh,
Indeed.
that's cool. That's wonderful. These guys are just awesome. So the show, again, at Discovery Children's Museum.
Yeah, the shows are Friday through Sunday, on the weekends only. One show on Friday will be there at 2 p.m., 3 shows on Saturday, and 2 shows on Sunday. So just about any time of day, if you were to come down or check the website for details, it's a great experience. A whole lot to see, learn, and do.
Yeah, well, and these guys are looking for things to do. I love how they can back up, they can go forward, they do whatever they want.
They're mesmerizing, you know, and not only in our special events facility where we're presenting, do you see the live show? We've got great activities for the family as well. Lots of opportunities to get involved, playstations, opportunities to photograph with the animals. It really is an awesome experience and a rare experience for a lot of families to come down and see this.
Well, it's so cool that you're doing the show. Safari Jeff on 98.5 KLUC. It's happening at Discovery Children's Museum.
Yes, if you're not familiar with Safari Jeff, check out Safari Jeff TV on YouTube. A lot of cool episodes there.
Okay, do you have socials, Twitter?
Social media, all, we will be there. Facebook, we're there for you. You can go to safarijeff.com as well.
Okay.
But just by Googling it, it's infinite. The different videos and clips to learn about who we are, our history, and what we're doing here in Vegas.
Well, that's wonderful. I hope you guys have a great time here in Vegas. I hope a lot of people come and see the show and get to experience these really cool animals. I mean, this is really cool. I've had this turtle in my hand for like 5 minutes, and he is just the coolest little guy. He's just cruising around.
You can't keep him, and it's a 200-year commitment if you did.
Oh, yeah, well, I don't know that I have that much time left. I'm going to have to start eating better if I'm going to live to 200 and keep up
He'll
with the
certainly
turtle.
outlive me, that's for sure. Yeah, I've had a lot of great history filming and observing wildlife in the great outdoors. But what we present in the show is a unique experience. There's a lot of different animal shows or presentations out there, some really great ones, but you don't want to miss this one.
Well, go check it out. Again, thank you so much, Safari Jeff, for coming in and sharing these great animals with us.
Thanks so much. We'll see you there.